One of President Biden's strengths is that people like that he can relate to them on a human level. He's very empathetic. He seems very sympathetic when he's talking one-on-one with people. And I am curious, when you make a mistake on the campaign trail of this magnitude, as you said, the majority of Americans don't trust his mental acuity. What does the campaign do next?
Well, like I said, I think they have to do big things. They have to take calculated risks right now and hope that they pay off, hope that they move the needle. And if they don't, then you've got nothing to lose. You're still in the same spot. But with Biden, you're right. The campaign stops that he's been doing when he goes to people's houses or when he goes to diners, small events like that's really good for him, in the same way that President Trump excels at huge stadium events. So I think he's going to have to play to his strengths for a long time. But I also think that he's going to have to take these big calculated risks and be big and show that he is strong and show that he is healthy. I just don't know if anybody is going to believe it, because like we've said, the majority of voters already believe that he's in decline and he doesn't have the mental acuity to run for president again.
President Biden has made gaffes throughout his presidency. This one did seem different last night, especially with the nature of the press conference. But I do want to note that former President Donald Trump has made a few gaffes on the campaign trail himself. He mixed up Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley, and he confused Hungary's prime minister for the leader of Turkey. Is there a difference here, do you think?
Well, I think the only difference here is politically. Nikki Haley, as you've seen, has been attacking both Donald Trump and Joe Biden for their mental acuity. I don't think that there is a majority of people that believe that President Trump doesn't have the mental acuity. I mean, they might disagree with him on everything, and they might oppose him for whatever reason. However, they might think that he's too old, but there's not been any evidence or any polling that I've seen that suggests that voters also doubt his mental acuity. But that's something that Nikki Haley should definitely continue to play up, because here she has these two major targets that she can drive that message at.
You called this Hindenburg level. Does this have the ability to sink his campaign? Do you think he'll step away from the race? What do you think the future holds immediately for President Biden when it comes to 2024?
Well, if he is going to stay in the race, then he's got to go out aggressively and show the people that what they think isn't true. Show that he's got the mental acuity, show that he does have the strength and the stamina and everything that an 81-year-old would need to continue this run for president, which isn't easy. I mean, no matter what age you are, you saw President Obama on the campaign trail, and he was in his 40s. And from start to finish, he was exhausted. It is a really exhaustive process for anyone. And for somebody like Joe Biden to have to continue the next 10 months with that kind of stamina, I think is going to be very, very difficult. But he is going to have to start to do it. But your question about what happens next, I have to believe that the Democrat National Committee is looking through ways that they can replace Joe Biden should he step aside in the next few months before the convention, and have a replacement for the convention that could get the nomination at convention. I think that would be the most likely scenario if President Biden does step aside. Now, I think that it's going to take somebody like Jill Biden or Barack Obama to come to President Biden and say, listen, you have changed the country. You have done a great job as president. Let's stop now. Let's focus on your health. Let's support the next person. Let's help he or she beat the Republicans in this race.